this Saturday evening, the 5th of May, bank holiday weekend, and we're back on Woodland for a 48-hour session. Just got here, got set up, lad up on peg 13's, just had a mid-double common. I think it's the first fish to come out all day today, but the conditions are good. Feeling quietly confident. Well, it's Sunday morning, fairly quiet night. The expected frost didn't come. It's fairly cold. The wind's still blowing into our peg, which is a good thing. Elvie's off on the hunt for the rats that were disturbing us in the night. Margaret had a screaming run on her left-hand rod exactly at midnight. The line was peeling off the spool, but the rod was lifted into nothing. Never mind, can't win them all. I didn't have a single bleat. Let's hope for some today.
Okay, just had this screaming run off of the lilies. 15.4, not a PB for me, but thought it was going to be close, but not quite. Very pretty though, very good result. First fish in Woodland of the day.
Taking the time. Off she goes. The sun's come out and there's been an incredible hatch of fly. They're all blowing towards us because the wind's blowing towards our pitch. It's turning out to be a really, really pleasant day. The wind's a bit chilly. Margot's had the one fish. We're getting the odd indication. We're hopeful for a few more. Conditions seem absolutely perfect, if a little bright. One of the things that came in the post for me from Carp Craze this week is the new trio. It's a tube of PVA. Inside the tube you've got 7 metres of wide mesh, and inside that tube you've got 7 metres of boilie mesh, and inside there you have a double-ended plunger, so you can make all your bags nice and tight. All fits away back into the one handy tube, takes up much less room in your tackle box. It's going to be absolutely perfect for us when we get back down on our syndicate, where we've got a long walk and don't need much tackle. Really good idea.
Okay, we're at Woodland today. Just picked up Luke, just popped home, had a quick wash. Going to get supper on now. We're going to have chicken wraps or chicken fajitas, whichever you want to call it. Very simple dish, very quick. One of Luke's favourites actually, so he's really pleased with the result tonight. Chicken breast, peppers, onions, garlic, mushrooms, asparagus. We've got a couple of limes here. He always likes these with the Doritos stuff. We've got the tortilla wraps, and then we've got hummus, salad leaves, cucumber and tomatoes, which I'll add as an accompaniment. But the first thing we need to do is get this thing cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, because I don't want to mess up the chopping board, is cut up the tomatoes to have like as a salsa with the tortilla wraps. So I'm going to do that first, and then the onion and stuff isn't going to over flavour everything. So that's the first job. So all I'm going to do is just simply dice those into coarse dice. and literally when we put all the hot ingredients in a minute, we will have this with the wrap, so it's sort of meeting all the nutrient requirements that we'd need for a proper meal. And those are just going to go in the bowl. Doesn't really matter how you chop them, not really. You could slice them if you wanted to be different. And to be honest, 1 tomato each is probably enough, so 3 in our case. If you were making a proper salsa, you'd have that with chilli and coriander. But because I've got all the flavours going on here, I'm just literally looking to have a few salad ingredients. So that's that done. I'm just going to season that later on, but for now we'll get the rest of it cooking. Right, so the first thing is the onion. So we cut the end off at the root, not the root end. If you separate this end off, the whole onion falls apart. Just peel the skin off. This makes a really quick meal actually. If you're back late from work and you need something quick, it's a very easy one. And as I've said before, there's a nice big fish jumping. Run your fingers around, the knife down your fingers. If you cut like this, you're going to end up chopping your nail or your fingers off. So just keep the fingers straight, keep going until the end. Get rid of the root. Turn it over just to keep it stable, and then that's it. Right, a couple of quick sprays of this. The pan should be already hot. And you need the pan hot really. There we go, that's the sound we're looking for. Get those shimmying around, softening up. While that's going on, I'm going to cut up the chicken. So that's just simple chicken breast. You could just use the stir-fry chicken that you can buy that's already cut up. And actually, in hindsight, that would have been better for me to do that because I wouldn't have had to have it on a chopping board, which is what's sort of bothering me really about doing the salsa first. But just nice strips. They're going to take no time at all to cook. There we go, that's one. Again, we've allowed 1 each. That's probably on the generous side. For 3, probably 2 would be enough, but I've got the chicken here and I need to cook it really because it's been in the cool box overnight with ice packs. It's still really nice and chilled.
Albie won't say no.
Yeah, we've Jack Russell there, who's very willing to help out. So just nice long strips. Breast meat cooks the quickest, so it's the best thing to use. Right, I'm just going to put that back onto that tray when it's out my way. Okay, so that's ready. I'm just going to find some anti-bac. It's not going to matter too much because everything that I'm cooking now is going to go into the pan and be cooked, but just for sort of cleanliness purposes it'd be much nicer to know this is wiped off. And throw away the kitchen towel. There has to be some element of hygiene when you're cooking by the bank. With the toilets not being in close proximity, you really wouldn't want to be too far away with stomach bug. There we go. Right, done. The onions are starting to brown. So I'm going to chuck in the chicken now. Just Spread it out so it all cooks evenly. There we go, I'll leave that doing its thing. Next we're going to cut up the peppers. Just take out the seeds. That's it. You can use whichever colour peppers. As you can see, I've got all three colours. You could, if you don't like green ones, you don't have to use them. Some people suffer from indigestion and stuff from eating green peppers. You could just bulk up on other colours that you can eat. Just nice strips. Now the red one. The same again. There we go, and the last one. I tend to keep this dish really simple. It doesn't need very many ingredients. I tend to use what I've got in the cupboard. As you can see, I've got some asparagus there, and that's simply because while we're away this weekend it won't keep, so I'm just going to chuck it in and it will just be a really nice ingredient to have in the fajitas. Right, there's our peppers, that's all the colours. Chicken's starting to brown. Put some seasoning on there now. Okay, just simple preparation on asparagus. Obviously some of this stem is going to be quite sinewy, and it's probably going to be about this length. The way to test is just to break it. It will break off at its tender, last bit of tender. There we go. That's the quickest way to prep asparagus without getting any chewy bits. As I say, it's not normal for it to be in fajitas, but I've got it in the fridge, it needs using, therefore it's going in. It's not going to compromise the dish in any way. Cooking's all about rummaging in the cupboard, I think, and seeing what you can put together. Right, that's doing its thing. It's just a waiting game for a minute. Got some garlic here. We don't want to put that in the beginning because we don't want it to burn. That's more of a flavour. Just going to peel that. Running out of room on my bowl. Right, just press it with the back of the knife and then just chop it down. There we go. Of course, it's much easier if you have a big knife for this job, but when I'm cooking by the bank we have everything scaled down, so there we go. The chicken's starting to brown off nicely. So we'll give it a bit longer. We want the chicken to be a bit more coated before I start adding the peppers, because the peppers are kind of nice crunchy in it really. But we do need to make sure that chicken is obviously cooked, so it's just a question of working our way around the pan and frying it off. Might put the lid on it to steam it a bit. Ah, look, the perfect accompaniment to my meal. Lovely. Oh. Can't say I'm not looked after, look. One for me, and one for me. Okay, right, let's see what's going on with this chicken. Would you like to take one of these wines, darling?
Thank you so much.
I'm going to lose one of those down there. Right, okay, chicken's probably near on cooked now, the onions are lovely and soft. Next stage is to chuck the rest of this in. Actually, let's do that. Put the peppers in. And the garlic. And I'm just going to actually, just thinking about it, trim down this asparagus so we all get an even distribution. And that goes in as well. It's a shame to do that, but we want to make sure everybody gets some. So, okay, give that a bit of a mooch around. This is not going to take long now. Put the lid on for a minute, and then I'm just going to prep the mushrooms up. Just literally going to quarter those. That should do us. They won't take very long at all. There's a few for breakfast in the morning. Up there. The other thing I've got is some limes. Literally just going to put the juice of the limes in at the last second. That'll add a really nice flavour to the dish. A few more minutes. Start getting my plates out ready to serve up. Okay, we've got some proper steaming going on here. Smells really good now, all the flavours are there. It's near on done. I'm just going to chuck in now the mushrooms. They take hardly any time at all, preferably in the pan. And then we're going to put the juice of this lime. If you use a fork, because obviously I don't have a juicer in situ here, just stab it in and then just squeeze and twist at the same time. That'll extract the juice out. So literally just stab it and twist on the fork. That's just 2 limes worth I've used here. If you're at home, it's quite nice to chuck some of the zest in at the last second so you get that lovely citrus flavour, but again I don't have a grater here in order to do that, so it's just simplicity here. There we go, jobs are good in. Bowl of cucumber, and we sort of just pile it all on up, but there isn't the space or through, and then we'll be looking to serve up. Okay, spontaneity is always best. I'm going to add some of this cucumber to the dish. Normally I have at home, we'll have a bowl of salad leaves, bowl of salsa, bowl of cucumber, and we sort of just pile it all on up, but there isn't the space or the worktop to be able to do that, so I'm just going to literally just dice the cucumber up like that. And whack it into that bowl, and just what I'm going to do is mix it up and then put some seasoning in there. It's just some rock salt. And I don't have any fresh ground pepper, but I do have ground pepper, so a little bit of that. And just mix that around. Right, let's have a look at our dinner. Just need to look at the asparagus. That's bending, that's done. You want it still with a bite al dente, which means with slight bite, crisp. So I think we're pretty much ready to put these wraps together now. Let's get this put away. As I said, we've got the hummus here. Got that. Got the tortilla wraps. So we literally take one at a time. Just going to grab a spoon. These are obviously, if you're having them at home, a bit nicer warm. And we usually just give them a quick flash in the oven or a microwave just to take the chill off, but not doable here. So, okay, so we've got the guacamole. Going to spread that over. Next, we're going to have some of this. With a spoon. And just spoon some chicken. Just try and slice some of that. There we go, we've got some of everything in there. We next need some of the cucumber and tomato. And I have here some salad leaves. These are already washed. I'm just going to put those over. And then the secret with these is to fold the two ends. Just move that. And then fold over so that you've got closed ends. There we go. And then all it needs, just to finish it off, is some crunchy stuff. And there we go. Got a really simple, delicious, nutritious meal by the bank, ready to eat, which we're all going to enjoy. There's another one from Cooking and Carpin.
Right then, Luke, was that good tea?
Yes, I love cooking and carpin.
Well, Steve's got his first run after 24 hours. He's got his lucky mascot sat over on the chair here, look. It's the naked bather.
Yeah, Bumbarron.
I hope it goes in the lilies because I'd like to see you swimming for a change.
I don't need to, you're here. Don't.
Luke, keep back, please, you'll scare the fish. And mind the...
Where do you want to net, Steve?
I think we might be letting it down here.
Give it to Barry, look, and Barry will do it.
There's another one here.
I use this one this way there.
That one's stuck to the swan.
I don't want to drop that in water, I don't want anything else getting that.
Not very far away. Determined to take Margaret's rod back.
Look at them all watching.
Deja vu, mate.
Yeah.
And he's got more of a finger this time. Here he goes, Wreckmaron. Oh, he's a beastie.
There we go, 24 pounds of stunning woodland mirror carp. Let's put her back where she belongs. Well, it's bank holiday Monday, it's about 7:30 in the morning. Nothing in the night. Weather's turned for the worst, as they said it was going to. Redo these rods, keep on fishing. Well, the fishing's pretty slow. Young Will Vincent's here with his little bitch. Elvie's in love. It's the roughest foreplay I've ever seen. Okay then, Will, how did you get on Woodland?
Lost one in the lilies.
Elvie's glad you came though.
Yeah, got her own little bitch now. Busy bitch.
I just caught a perch and just sat waiting, then caught a perch.
Do you think it's the biggest one in the lake?
No,
Do you think it might be the smallest one in the lake?
yes.
He wanted those maggots. Well, the rain stopped and the sun's come out. It's just about lunchtime. We've not had any fish this morning. I think it might be time to put the bivvy away while it's dry. Call it a day for this session. Better fish each, so we can't really complain. See you next time on Cooking and Carpin. Well, here we are, as I said, on Woodland Lake. Something came in the post for me from Carp Craze. How about this for a great idea? It's a PVA trio. Inside one tube, you have a wide mesh PVA, you have the boilie mesh PVA, and a double-ended plunger. Absolutely perfect for making all the PVA bags you want to make. It all packs away into one space-saving tube. Trio from Carp Craze. You know it makes sense. That sounds terrible. We'll do that again.
It's the way you raised your eyebrows at the end.
I can't remember what it costs as well. One of the things that's been sent down for us to try from Carp Craze is the new trio. Basically what you're getting in one tube, 7 metres of boilie mesh, 7 metres.
What's the matter now?
It's wide mesh then boilie.
Little tip as you're pouring wine, if you don't do that.
Should we stop now? Is that tea any good then, Luke?
Yeah.
Should we try that again with a little more enthusiasm?
Tell us what to say.
What are we going to say? Hang on.